Welcome to a brand new webisode. I am back in my office, as if you couldn't tell. Still working off my laptop. I'm awaiting my computer being currently worked on by the computer guru. Power supply died on me, so I can't stand Windows, man. I spent half the time on this computer just dealing with the non-responsive, and then I sit there and I wait and I wait and I wait and I wait, and then finally it gets going, and it really sucks up a lot of my time. And it's frustrating. Not what I wanted to talk about, though. What I didn't want to talk about was it's interesting when you're doing a talk show and you see a theme that's a reoccurring theme that really isn't happening for any other reason other than coincidence. Right now, there's an interesting one. There was a letter to the editor in the Arizona Daily Star where somebody was complaining about Arizona State Senator Frank Antenori and his working on different bills, whether it was bills to privatize some of what is what the government does, whether it was bills to give you the opportunity to launch a recall over an elected official who, over a non-elected official, excuse me, like a city manager. And the letter to the editor was complaining, doesn't he have better things to do? Can't he work on the budget? Why is he dealing with this kind of stuff? Then there was a story that I didn't get a chance to get to today, that I will on Thursday's show, talking about how gun advocates had gone to the city council because in the city of Tucson you can't carry a weapon into a park, but that's contradictory to state law. Now, the likelihood of something happening, meaning somebody carrying a weapon onto a Tucson park, a police officer being there and having something happen, is slim to nil. And it's a point that Steve Kozachik was making. He was saying, well, I think our officers know enough discretion to know why a person has a weapon or not. Basically doing the same, why are they worrying about this? Why are they dealing with it? It's such a non-issue. Well, these are all good things. My point being is that we don't always have to tackle the big issues. There are plenty of people out there, elected officials, regular citizens, who do care about the minute issues, who do want to see the not only the letter of the law being followed, but some consistency in terms of, in the case of the gun advocates, what you can do for the state and what the city of Tucson has. And even though it's probably a circumstance that may never ever erupt, this is passionate for people and people care about it. Frank Antenori can do more than one thing. He can put forward more than one bill. These people aren't just singular entities that can only focus on the budget. Ultimately, it comes down to people who just don't like what he's doing. The letter to the editor with Frank Antenori was a prime example of somebody who simply just didn't like what Frank Antenori was proposing. It was like, why can't he just stick to the budget? Well, because there are other issues to deal with. Now, you have to prioritize. Okay? Certainly, at the state level, in terms of Frank Antenori, he has to have his priorities straight, and I trust that he does. But I think it's great that there are people out there who are worried about the minute issues, who do respect your right to keep and bear arms, and who feel like it's important to them to go and say, hey, look, we need some consistency here. We want to make sure that those of us who are carrying weapons don't ever have to deal with this. I'm really excited, and I guess ultimately, if I back up to make a bit of a larger point, this is a really exciting time right now. How engaged everybody is in politics, how willing people are to go to city council meetings and to address the concerns that they have. It used to just be, no offense, a bunch of weirdos and wackos who were bored or pushing an issue that simply wasn't going to go anywhere. Now these are average citizens who are going to every city council meeting and they're getting involved. Now we have senators like Arizona State Senator Frank Antenori who are trying to change the way we do things and trying to limit the size of government and give you more power as a voter to go and enact change. This is certainly different than anything that I've seen since I've been following politics. And it's going to be really fascinating as we head into the local elections the city council and the race for the mayor, and then certainly into 2012. Today we talked with Town Hall Katie about the current crop of GOP candidates to run for president, and in talking to her, I'm like, wow, we're almost there. You will hear and see people within a matter of months who will be announcing their candidacy to run, and I just think that it's going to be a fascinating time for politics right now. We're going to be living in history, and we have for a while. That's going to go down in our history books as the Tea Party movement and everything else. So, all right, I've ranted enough. If you heard some rumbling earlier, it was my dog. I had no idea my window was open in my office. So, yeah. If you can't tell, I'm excited that I'm feeling better again. My energy level is coming up, and my void is almost gone. I looked at it today, by the way. Well, I didn't look at it. I had Melinda take a picture of it, and it's really gross. So, thanks for watching. Lots going on next week. Live broadcast at Chick-fil-A Tuesday. We're going to do a lunch on Wednesday between 11 and 1 where you can come out and join me up on the Northwest side. Cocktails and Conversation next Thursday. All these events are going to be for collecting donations for Honor Flight, and we'll have more information tomorrow, today, Thursday, and Friday. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. As always, thanks for your support, and I'm done.